Rolling.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to American Slacker Podcast with Matthew Gertz and Jesse Landers.
You'll see here the human male boasts the size of his testicles. I drive great when I'm blind. It's all about the sauce. Good, get him out of here. Get him out of here. Oh man, speaking of fucking, you want popcorn? I'll give you a popcorn kit. I'm just trying to go to Colorado and smoke some weed. Watch your fucking tots, huh? Those are my biscuits. Now, this is all alleged.
Welcome to American Slacker Podcast, the show with the host with the most. As always, I'm Matt. Somebody's got to do it. It's a fucking wild job, but I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Well, you know what? You might want to keep a close watch on me because I'm about to go on a rant. All right. Now, as the loyal listeners might know, I got cut off short last episode. Dude, I don't know if I pissed off Zeus or what, but lightning has been striking really uncomfortably close to my life.
Yeah, you got immediately abruptly cut off.
Dude.
End of the second segment of our last episode.
I mean, it could have been worse. Could have been in the beginning of the episode, so we were able to salvage it. The show must go on. You handled it very well, I will say, sir. I liked what you did, but I'm still, dude. It got a little off the script, but hey, it's fine. It's fine. But that's not where it ends. I come home from my lovely 2-week vacation, and the day that I come home, my house gets hit by lightning again. Like last time, it didn't get hit by lightning, but this time it got hit by lightning, and it fucked my house up, and it took my internet out for a week.
Just knocked out the power on the first time around, so it wasn't this same strike.
No.
The second one that actually got your casa.
Nah, dude. Nah, another one. An even bigger, badder lightning strike came around knocking, and it literally blew an outlet out of the back of my house in the basement and blew a hole in the wall.
You sent me a picture. We might have to post that up in the Slack.
Dude.
It's insane. Was that just all the wood that came off that was blown off by the fucking strike? Or you
So that was vinyl. It was vinyl siding. It's hard to tell from the photo, but it's vinyl siding that was blown off because there was an outlet there that just like fucking straight up was like a bomb. It just like blew the wall out inside and out. Thank God, dude. Yeah, every firefighter in the fucking county was here. It was insane.
while you're sipping a fucking macchiato and a fucking slot machine.
No. I was home. This is when I came home. This is right when I came. Yeah, this was the day I got home, and yeah, that was the best part. Is I was here to deal with it. So like, they were like, evacuate the house. So I had to grab my dog, my girlfriend, her sister. We like all like ran out of the house. Fucking dude, all of them, bro. I just threw them into a little satchel that I've crafted out of a sheet, and just fucking carried them downstairs. And dude, yeah. And yeah, it was just a fucking nightmare. I was so mad, dude. We were supposed to have an episode out last week. We were going to make it work. We were going to figure out a way to make it work. And then Mother Nature said, fuck American Slacker Podcast. Right, dude, let's see if we can get through this whole episode now. I'm talking all this shit. She's going to come back.
We did record a little rap. If you want to know more about Matt's vacation, where he's been, what he's been up to, we recorded a Patreon bonus episode. It should already be out by the time.
Yep, it'll be out. And yeah, we got to see each other first time in 2 years. That was really cool. We got to recap on that. So you get to hear what we did, the things we did.
Find out how I got comped free drinks that night.
Dude, tore up the town. And then somebody tore up your hotel. It was out of control.
Also, if you're Patreon like it, you might be watching this before everyone else gets to see it because we're doing this live. We put it out live.
Hell yeah.
So, let's get into it. Wait for it. You missed an episode, but we got that cannabis news for you. We always like to start out with our weird news. And this time around, we are headed over to Mississippi. Not what we talk about that often. Most of the cannabis news. It's usually bad. It's usually coming out of that.
Oh man, yeah, it's never good. Never good.
Don't never say never, because we got some good news. It's Mississippi voters are looking to have the opportunity to decide in 2020 whether or not to legalize medical marijuana.
Ooh, okay.
It's still in the process. They've gotten thousands of signatures in an attempt to get this on the ballot, and it's now being reviewed by the Secretary of State's office in order to determine its eligibility. But by all accounts, from what they reported, it should be showing up there as long as they don't find anything weird with all the signatures.
Ah, okay.
Now, this would specifically be medical. It would be joining 30 other states who have legalized medical marijuana, including Washington, D.C. And this law would specifically be for, you know, more debilitating medical conditions like cancer, epilepsy, seizures, Parkinson's disease, AIDS, HIV, ALS, glaucoma, Crohn's, and the list goes on. But it's a step in the right direction. We were saying before, if anyone deserves to have access to medical cannabis, it's people with these debilitating conditions.
Yeah, man. I mean, Jesus, it's a way better supplement to take care of this than a lot of the other prescription options and any other treatments, really. I mean,
Yeah, if it works, then they should have access to it. I mean, that's kind of my view on it.
mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
Especially if it works better than some of the other medications. So hopefully we'll see this going up on their ballots in 2020. That would be, you know, by next year we could be seeing Mississippi joining the ranks of like over half of the country now with bringing medical marijuana to their citizens. And I think it'd be a really good thing.
Hell yeah, man. Down with the slackers are down with it. 100%.
So if you are listening from Mississippi, you know, be sure to get on that, get registered so that you're registered to vote and you can actually put your voice out there. Because it seems like many of the states have gone via voter, like decision, as opposed to being put through by their legislators in their like state houses and stuff. So it's important that if you want, you know, if cannabis is important to you in terms of the laws that are being enforced, that you actually register and go out there and participate in this, because this is a chance where you actually can.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll be putting this article up. This one came from, where did this one come from? Breakingbuds.com, breaking-buds.com.
Nice.
We'll be putting their article up on our Facebook page on Thursday, so you can read about that a little bit more if you are interested.
Nice. Definitely check it out. Man, all this talk about weed's got me having the munchies, as always. And, man, what better thing to talk about besides this Popeye's chicken sandwich that everybody's talking about? Are you caught up with all the drama, like how it's like sold out and everything?
Yeah, well, there's the drama between that, and then it was like a big debate about which is better between Chick-fil-A and Popeye's chicken
Popeyes.
sandwiches.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people came down on the Popeyes side.
Really? I've never had Popeyes. I've had Chick-fil-A. It was spectacular. But
yeah, they're pretty good. Their politics are pretty shitty. But
yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's another story for another day.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, as far
chicken, though.
as far as the chicken goes, I've never had Popeyes, honestly. Which
I've had
I
their
wanted to.
tenders. I've never had their actual sandwich.
I want to try it. I want to check it out. But man, it's been crazy. Apparently, the sandwiches, Popeyes has said that they sold out. The first 2 weeks of August. They sold the whole stock for August. And then they are saying now that some locations might not have the new chicken sandwiches until November.
Really?
Yeah, like all of like September and October. Sorry, all of September they're not going to have any as well. So October they'll like finally be situating the situation here. But man, that's not even the best part. Now we've got a story that's coming out of Houston here. And it involves a few people that were really upset about this chicken sandwich being fucking gone from the menu. Now they rolled up to the drive-thru, and they ordered a bunch of the chicken sandwiches, and that's when the employee had said, "Hey, we're out of them. I don't know if you heard in the news, it's a big deal right now, but we're out of chicken sandwiches for the time being." That's when the people drove away from the drive-thru, and then they proceed to come through the doors into the lobby.
All right.
Yeah, we've got 3 dudes and 2 chicks, and apparently one of them was flaunting a gun. And he was like, "What about those chicken sandwiches now?"
Sir, they're still not here. You having a gun doesn't change anything.
I mean, I can only imagine the look on that guy's face when he realized that the gun didn't change the situation, that there was no fucking chicken sandwiches anywhere to be had. Like, what's he gonna do? Go run to Price Chopper, get some fucking chicken and bread, and make you a fucking custom one? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, right. At that point, just order yourself the tenders and go get a King's Hawaiian roll.
Yeah. Another great part is apparently somehow, I don't know what kind of fucking car they were in, but these 5 people had left a fucking infant chilling inside the car while they went inside to threaten the employees to get a fucking chicken sandwich. Like,
did they at least roll the windows up?
It says nothing about that, man. Nothing about that. But I mean,
Wild
Jesus,
dog could come grab that kid.
they're just gonna leave the kid out there while they try to go get in on the private stock of chicken sandwiches that everybody knows they have, but it's exclusive for the employees and special people.
My disappointment comes, I mean, entirely on the person brandishing the gun, first off, but secondly, on Popeyes themselves for, like, you know that there's this viral fucking thing going on. You gotta stock this shit up, or else these incidents are gonna keep occurring. People are gonna go nuts over it. As soon as something goes viral, you got people swarming the business, apparently with firearms, looking for a chicken sandwich. What's the issue? Is it the lack of bread?
Well, do you
not
think it
have
could
the
be?
patties? Like, what is it?
Do you think it could be publicity? Like they were like, we're gonna cause an intentional shortage just to create the swarm of attention?
I mean, if we look back to the 1920s, a chicken depression isn't going to help anything, man. You crash that chicken stock market, people are going to be fucking going with barrels full of cash to buy these chicken sandwiches. Taking out their life savings just to smell a pickle.
Oh man. Well, unfortunately, these fucking evildoers haven't been caught yet. They're out there on the loose. The Houston police is still looking for them. They have no idea who the identity of these perps are, but hopefully they catch them, because I mean, I don't care, man. No matter how good that sandwich is, you don't have the right to threaten people to get the private stock. All right.
Do you think it was like a Snickers hangry situation? Like
they were
gave them,
real
like,
hungry.
"Oh, you're not you when you're hungry," and you give them like a chicken sandwich, and it turns into like this big cuddly dude.
Maybe.
I'm sorry for sticking a gun in your
Hey,
face.
a chicken sandwich can do wonderful things, man.
Yeah, it's
We're saying here.
Oh man, now I want chicken sandwiches.
Dude, I want a chicken sandwich so bad.
We're continuing the food talk. We're headed over to Madison, Wisconsin, where a restaurant owner. Have you ever had pho, Matt?
I've never had pho, whatever pho might be.
It's PHO, pho. It's a
Pho.
Vietnamese soup
Pho.
dish.
Nope, never had it.
Oh, dude, it is heartwarming and belly filling. It's basically like the best chicken or beef soup that you're ever gonna have. Like, just hits. The
Okay, okay, buddy.
And this Madison, Wisconsin pho place decided to go with a pretty interesting name. They decided to call themselves Pho King Good.
I have a feeling that something was lost in translation.
Yes, you would be right in this instance. The owner of the fucking good restaurant said that he wanted, the name to basically tell people we are the king who are good at making noodles. he didn't understand that it was actually an expletive when you combines the words pho with king. And it's funny because it's spelled like pho. Like PHO, you would think pho, but it's actually pronounced pho. So you end up with this unfortunate name for a business. And Ting Kai Zhao, who owns the restaurant, he's a restaurateur of sorts. He's owned many restaurants in the area, and this is not his first one. So I don't know what. Right.
The real question is like, have you hit Yelp? Is it true? Is it fucking good?
It's not open yet. They're remodeling because he bought it from
okay.
another business, and he was getting ready essentially to open. He's not the first. There's other places. For example, there was a place called the Shitty Bar, I believe, or the Shitty Barn, which was a live music venue established in 2010 in Spring Green, and it often draws snickers because of its name, and even has an asterisk on its own website. So it's fucking good. Any worse than a shitty barn?
I would say fucking good is way better than a shitty barn.
I would too.
Yeah, I would rather eat there all
At
day.
least it has some thought to it, you know.
Yeah, shitty barn just sounds like a real shithole.
So that any place that might this is like one of those don't judge a book by its cover type of things. But in this place, the name probably rings true. It is probably fucking good. It's like what's in a name, you know?
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Names are everything. Man, well, my story coming up here is, we've been talking a lot about food, and I think it's just one of those episodes where we came into it and I'm a little hungry, so everything is food relating, because it's really not food relating, but the star of our next story, I just want to turn into a fucking big satchel of chicken nuggets, and I think you're going to be on my side once you hear the story, because we're talking about the subject of merde, all right? Merde, sir, all right? Now we're going to South Australia, where a 76-year-old woman recently died after being pecked by a fucking rooster as she was doing her rounds, collecting eggs in her chicken coop. Now, how this went down is she was an elderly woman, and she suffered from varicose veins, which are enlarged veins found in some people's legs. They're typically just a huge fat vein that's close to the surface. Skin thins as you get older. So they're right under the fucking surface. So this fucking piece of shit rooster, this piece of fucking garbage, just attacked this sweet old 76-year-old woman who was just trying to get her eggs one day and just happened to peck the right area. But the good news out of this is they're starting a campaign. This rooster should be fucking killed. Is that what you said? I didn't hear that, but he should be.
I said they went for the. Well, yes, I agree, but no, I said he went for the kill.
He went for the kill, and he should be killed. All right,
in the weak spot.
He went for the weak spot, yeah, and definitely alpha mentality in this fucking rooster, this fucking cock here, and
For what he is.
it's starting a campaign out in Australia where they're bringing the awareness of how how easy it is to take damage to the varicose veins as an elderly. How you getting cut on anything, in the brush or glass, whatever it might be. Yeah. Just to be aware, protect the old legs, motherfucker.
I thought you were saying they were going to start a campaign to put the rooster down.
No, that motherfucker's probably dead, dude.
All we need is $120. We're going to buy a shotgun and we're going to blast that shit.
Dude. Yeah, no, I don't, they didn't say anything about the fucking rooster. I hope they shot that piece of shit. Like,
yeah, me too. He's a danger to society.
Dude, I hope he was the most delicious chicken breast on the barbecue that day.
Rooster?
I don't know. Can you? It's probably tough and grizzled, isn't it? I'd eat him anyway.
I don't know. Like, I mean, you probably can. It's probably the
chicken,
same as chicken, but like not as plump.
I just imagine it to be grizzly meat, like gross. Yeah. Make some chicken jerky out of roosters, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you gotta put cock in your mouth. So I mean,
no, dude, you never want cock in your mouth. Oh man. And so it's very unfortunate. Let's just all hope that this rooster has met his demise. Justice for that woman. Justice for that woman.
Justice for the woman.
And I never knew, man. That's one of the fucking another thing on the list you gotta look forward to when you're getting old. You can get fucking killed just by a nick on your varicose veins. You can bleed out within fucking no time.
A teenager's gonna flick you in the leg and
dead.
Hit the ground.
Dead.
That's why I hope they have mech suits by the time we're.
Dude, hell yeah.
Walk around in a power armor.
That or like translating our personality to a hard drive and just like cruising around in some kind of fucking R2D2 get up until they come up with something better. Maybe I got a hydro pack on the back. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
put my consciousness in a ball that rolls around. I don't mind.
Dude,
Be like a
Matt
hamster.
Matt 3.0 to 10.0 down the future, you know? We just keep upgrading and upgrading and go. We never die, bro. Never die.
There you go. Well, we are headed down to Florida. We always like to touch on Florida, see what's going on down there. And I always like to say, Florida, it's kind of like America's storm drain. Just keeps catching all that refuse
Ugh.
that's washing up with Hurricane Dorian.
Ugh, all that grime just being
Yeah.
caught.
Just catching it. You
Down
gotta
at the
clear that shit
Panhandle.
out. Clean it
Pan-
out. What are you doing?
Panhandle drain, man. Gross.
Oh. There might be some good shit in there, but it needs a good cleaning.
Yeah.
So we're gonna head down to Florida and see what's going on. As I said, Hurricane Dorian is approaching. The Bahamas got hit really, really bad. A little awareness for that, first off. Secondly, some weird shit's washing up in Florida. This woman found a manatee swimming around her flooded backyard.
Dude, that's pretty joyous, though. In the middle of all that chaos, you're sad, you're fucking afraid for your future. And then you just look out the back, and there's a manatee on his back just cruising by, man, like just flapping in the fucking waves. That's kind of cool.
It'd be really odd to walk out and see that, because normally that you have to be in pretty deep water, and I guess the floodwaters came in, and the tide was pretty much in this lady's backyard.
Oh, man.
She ended up being able to take a couple seconds of the video of it as it was washing around. I can show you this here if you're on the YouTube. Hopefully it works if I show Matt here. Let's see.
Okay, we're seeing it. Yep.
It's kind of like a little gray blob floating around in her backyard. I guess it was eating her grass.
Oh,
Funny.
dude. Just a fat little manatee cruising through your backyard, fucking chewing on your fucking dandelions and tulips or whatever you have back there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, son of a bitch, he's going to fuck up my lawn.
Dude, those are tomatoes under that water. What the fuck?
But I mean, a manatee, that's a pretty big animal, so there's got to be at least like 4 feet of water there, I would say, maybe a little bit more.
Dude, could be worse. Could be hippos and shit, man. Hippos will fucking murder you.
Right? At least it's a nice, gentle manatee. And along with manatees on other beaches, not in this lady's beach,
Dude,
they,
I'll tell you what you need to do. You need to get out back and ride that sucker.
oh yeah, There you go. Jump on the back, get a little saddle going, a little saddle action with this sea cow.
Hell yeah.
Don't try and milk it though, I swear. The the other things that managed to wash up during Hurricane Dorian included a package on a beach that ended up being cocaine.
Wait,
a-
did the manatee bring that?
Nope, this wasn't in this lady's. This was just in another area of Florida.
Okay.
Cover, all the weird things that kind of washed up during this storm. It was on Paradise Beach Park in Melbourne.
Was it 15 kilos?
I don't think it was 15.
I see a
necessarily.
headline on the story that I'm about to cover, and it just says 15 kilos wash up on Florida beach during
15
Hurricane Dorian.
15 bricks of cocaine along Cocoa Beach Friday afternoon.
15 bricks or a brick is kilo.
And,
Yep.
and another one that they had was a kilo. They were saying a kilo of cocaine goes between 20,000 and 30,000. So that's a decent amount. They also found last year a giant wooden cross that washed up, and they have it set up. It says "Our holy gift from the sea." So I guess hurricanes just keep bringing, and actually in 2017, Hurricane Irma washed up a 12-foot buoy with Russian writing on it. So,
Dude, this is a test from Jesus. That's what I'm saying. He just showed
Oh,
that cross up. He's like, yeah, now I'm going to put 15 kilos up there worth $1 million. Let's see what you do now, fools. I'm watching.
dude, you got it messed up, man. That's Jesus' cocaine. He's gonna fucking kill you.
Dude, oh no.
So,
Fuck.
those are some of the odd things that tend to wash up during hurricanes in Florida. For
Dude.
everything from manatees to crosses to bundles of
Dude.
coke.
During hurricanes, just go to the beach looking for fucking drug scores, apparently. You could become a fucking kingpin over the next fucking category 4 hurricane here.
Yeah, you watch out for those kingpin manatees. They're running
Jesus.
that shit.
The manatees are running the drugs. That's what I've been saying for years, but nobody wants to listen, you know?
No one believes me.
No one fucking believes me but Alex Jones. All right, so we're staying in Florida for the last story we got here, where we're going to Safety Harbor. And that's where a burglar broke into a Florida home. Go figure. Never in Florida. And this is where it gets really entertaining. He decided he was going to cook himself an early morning meal. And that's when he, somebody that lived in the actual house awoke to the aroma of bacon cooking and eggs. And they were like,
You gotta
fuck?
love that.
The fuck? What the fuck is this going on? And they go out there and they go, what in the tomfuckery is this? And that's when the fucking B&E expert says, go back to sleep.
No.
I'm sorry. You just used the last of my bacon, fuckface. What the fuck is going on here? Huh?
Insert that Will Smith clip.
Dude,
Saving that bacon.
saving that bacon for special occasion. That's when the victim decided he was going to call 911 and have the cops just come sort out this fucking madman. And that's when the madman decided he was going to go on the run. And he darted out the back door.
Oh,
and
he didn't even finish cooking, huh?
didn't even finish cooking, man. Just left that bacon fucking sizzling. And so he sneaks out the back door, and luckily the sheriff's office shows up, and they break out the canines, track this piece of shit down into a wooded and swampy area behind the house.
It's easy to find him when he smells like bacon.
Dude, you should have never cooked that bacon, dude. That grease gets all up on you. That dog is like, he is
All day.
tasty, motherfucker. Tasty.
He'll bite your ass.
Dude, instant bite. He's definitely like, that's a snack.
So, what was this guy's deal?
I'm not exactly sure. The arrest report did mention that he might have been under the influence of alcohol. Might have been.
Okay. I feel like
But
you wouldn't mention that unless he was.
dude, how drunk do you have to get to pull a B&E to cook a fucking Grand Slam breakfast?
Yeah, right?
Dude, you're cooking the
Pretty
big
fucking
meal from
drunk.
fucking Denny's, dude, at somebody's house at 4 a.m. on a Tuesday. What's up?
And what's the probability of going into the wrong house and having all the drawers be exactly set up the way yours are?
Dude, it takes time to get adjusted to another man's kitchen.
Right?
Not to
That would be
mention,
a surefire red flag right there.
oh, dude, yeah, he's been there before. True serial crime. Oh man, well at least this is caught down, and you know what, people, lock your kitchens up, lock your doors, be careful, and yeah, hide your wife.
Breaking into everyone's house out there. So we got a funny clip to end our bizarre segment here. This one's out there. It's
Oh, dude.
It's a fucking donkey named Pepper who doesn't take no shit.
Pepper don't take no shit from nobody.
We want to suggest don't mess with Pepper. If you come across a donkey named Pepper, just keep your distance.
Yeah, I'm giving it Pepper, Pepper.
Fucking these guys are trying to give the donkey a beer. Ends up biting him.
Motherfucker, you
Bites
bit
his
my
finger as
finger.
he's trying to hand him a Modelo.
And then his buddy, the other guy, falls in.
There's a guy hanging on the fence. He's gonna go in there, and then he falls in. I think that's the biggest mistake he ever did.
That donkey goes after him immediately, stomping, biting.
That's punches to the donkey's ass that you're hearing.
Just trying to save his friend the butthole. I hope he gets out of there eventually.
Dude,
It's hilarious, and we will be posting this up on Friday as our funny clip of the week.
we did not disappoint this week. I would highly suggest you check that out. And dude, don't fuck with Pepper.
Do not miss it.
Do not fuck with Pepper. All right. Oh man. Now let's get to we got some show suggestions we're gonna go over. But before we do that, here's a word from our sponsors.
You know, if there's one thing we enjoy here at American Slacker, it's going to live events. Wouldn't you say, Jess?
Yeah, from you going to festivals, I like to go and see comedy. There's tons of stuff to choose from.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Who doesn't like a nice night out? And, who doesn't like to save a couple bucks on a night out? I mean, it's expensive to go out these days. Wouldn't it be nice if you could save a couple bucks, Jess?
I'm a cheap bastard, and you know it.
Me too, man. What if I told you you could save a small percentage on your tickets by just entering a code.
What code would that be?
Man, all you got to do, go to SeatGiant.com, enter the code Slacker at checkout, and you're going to save quite a few bucks, actually. Not a small discount. It's a good amount. It's a decent amount.
So you're telling me I could go to my pickle hating fest for a small fraction of the cost of what it would normally be?
Dude, I'm telling you, you're probably going to get a drink on us if you enter the code Slacker at checkout at SeatGiant.com.
Drink not guaranteed.
You get more out of life when you go out to a movie.
And we are back, motherfucker. And it is time to talk about some shit that's going to keep you entertained.
Yeah, we got a couple of show suggestions here for you, both on Netflix. Makes it super easy if you got that. I'm going to start out with one called The Good Place. And this is actually a show that started on NBC, but 3 seasons of it are now available on Netflix. And it's been called the best sitcom on television. And I would have to agree. It's created by Michael Schur, who you might know as the creator of The Office, Parks and Rec, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and The Good Place, the one I'm talking about right now.
Hell yeah.
He creates some of the best stuff. He also played Mose in The Office,
Dude,
to put a face to the name.
so good, so good. When you told me this, I was interested in looking at this. Like, it came across my feed, but now that you told me it's created by him, I'm like, I have to fucking see it because he's a fucking genius in disguise. Nobody would know.
His shit is so hilarious. I had like a little like rabbit hole that I went down with him earlier today, and I found out that he is married to Regis Philbin's daughter.
Fucking,
which is
you hear that?
a little
Mind's blown.
Hollywood inside baseball. You wonder how some of the networking happens, and like I'm sure that has a lot to do with his scripts getting read, but either way, his shit is hilarious and it's fantastic. So I'm not saying that he didn't earn it. Because The Good Place I've been pretty much obsessed with since it's come out. The like I said, there's 3 seasons out now, and the 4th season is going to be the last season. I always want to say unfortunately whenever it's like the end of something, but the way that this guy writes, he knows what he's doing, and if it makes sense to end the story in the 4th season, and they're writing for that, I think that's so much more appreciated than just ending it or keeping it going for no reason, and not really having somewhere you're going with it.
And I feel like a lot of shows just try to get more and more out of it these days. The Walking Dead, like there's some good parts in it, but like they're just keeping it going and going, and they've taken Rick out, and they're gonna make movies with him. It's gotten fucking weird. Like, so it's like I think it's key to know the right time to end the story, and if you do it right, I mean, you end up with a beautiful story like Breaking Bad. That was ended perfectly.
Yeah. Absolutely. You should be writing for that, you should be writing for the story and not for the episodes, essentially.
Yeah.
So to give, I know I haven't really described it at all. It stars Kristen Bell, Ted Danson, William Jackson Harper, a whole bunch of other people that are all absolutely hilarious. And it's basically, the concept is like, what happens after you die? And in this universe, you can essentially go to the good place or the bad place. And in the first season, Kristen Bell plays the main character, and she ends up in the good place, and she feels like it's by accident. Like she's not really supposed to be there. Like there's some sort of mix up, but you don't want to end up in the bad place. So what do? You fake it. And how do you fake it when you're around like a whole bunch of good people and you're a bad person? A lot of funny things come out of that. That's season 1. Season 2, season 3, they all sort of flip it on its head. There's a lot of twists that take place, and I really can't even talk past like the first couple of episodes in season 1 without spoiling certain things. So I'm on season 3. I'm on my second time watching it, actually, because like I put it on, blew through it, and now I'm going back and watching it again on Netflix. And I think this is, if you haven't watched it yet, it's totally worth getting into. Even with the 4th season coming out soon, you'll be able to, catch up on all of the episodes and then watch the final season of it and get it all in its entirety.
Kirsten Bell's she's the lead, right? That's her name. I always fuck it up. Kirsten Bell's the lead, right?
Yeah, she plays. Let me find the name of the character.
I was just gonna say she. I really love her, like in a lot of things. Forgetting Sarah Marshall and everything. She's a really good actress that you don't see a lot from. I feel.
Oh
like.
yeah, and she's been doing this for, like I said, there's been 3 seasons. So the past couple of years, she's been doing a lot with this show. But it's another like hit out of NBC, who has done, like, I think them working
Brooklyn.
with Michael Schur has really been like probably one of the things to save NBC's network in terms of the 8 o'clock programming type stuff.
Yeah.
Between The Office, Parks and Rec, Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
Dude.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is Fox, but The Office and Parks and Rec.
Wasn't it originally NBC though?
Oh yeah, actually, you're right.
Yeah.
It was, and then it
They
got
sold
dropped
it.
and re-picked up. That's like such a weird concept.
It was like they got canceled, and then Brooklyn Nine-Nine is coming to. I remember the big announcement. It was like, oh shit, it's back from the dead.
Yep. And just everything this guy puts out or touches seems to be gold. And with a cast like this, you can't go wrong. It also it's cool because it explores a lot of ideas that people don't normally talk about on television, like death and like what happens in terms of ethics, and just I don't know. It explores a lot of unexplored areas. I'll put it that way. And the twists are just cool as fuck. It becomes very like crazy. If anyone's watching the 3rd season, Jeremy Bearimy, you'll get what I'm saying. But there's some weird shit, and it's definitely a cult classic before it's even done being produced.
Nice. I definitely want to check it out. It sounds like a really good binge watch.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
The rating it got on IMDb is an 8.1 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes, it had a 96% on Tomato Meter and an 88% for the audience score. So
Nice.
that gives you some high marks, which we always like to get on our suggestions. It's kind of like our own little test for like what we suggest. Like, how high is it going to score? And if it scores low, fuck them. You don't know what they're talking about.
Fuck yeah, dude. The haters. Straight fucking haters.
Right?
Like, you can't trust the meters at all. Like, ask a buddy. That's how you get the idea if you're gonna lick some.
Or listen to American Slacker.
God damn it. Stole the words right out of my mouth. I like it. Oh man, well, keeping it up with great shit to watch. I got something that's a Peabody winner, an Emmy winning fucking series. Are you ready for this?
Damn.
I'm talking Hip Hop Evolution, all right? And this is a series that originally was a Canadian music documentary series, aired on HBO Canada in 2016. And then it was brought over to Netflix once it had a little bit of success. And,
Okay.
The Netflix guys are really good at figuring out what's a good production that people are actually going to enjoy. And, man, I want Netflix to get involved with everything because I love this story. This is it's not only a great entertainment value, but it's got a very good historical educational value as well, which I really enjoyed. And as I love music, everybody knows, like, we love music here at American Slacker. We're very deep into music. So I was like very intrigued by this story. I've heard a lot of I've watched a lot of documentaries on different pieces, NWA to Wu-Tang to fucking Grandmaster Flash, whatever, but it's really cool to see a series that takes the whole history and then lines it up so you can follow it through. That
gives you more of a perspective as to why things are happening when they're happening too, I think.
Exactly. Yeah, you get to see the politics behind the buildup of a genre, which is really interesting. That's really fucking cool, man. You get to see the feuds, the influences, the things that you never like really catch by just listening to the radio or nowadays Spotify or whatever. Even just like looking up artists, you might not hear all of the little gritty details. And I really like, they covered the feuds, the East versus West feud. They start out in the 70s though, which is really fucking cool. you know, with Grandmaster Flash, you know, DJ Kool Herc, a lot of like the originals going to Sugar Hill Gang, Marley Marl, and moving up to the, you know, the names that people today might be more familiar with. You know, like we'll start with like MC Hammer, A Tribe Called Quest, you know, Nas, the Wu-Tang Clan, and then getting into like, you know, the East versus West, Biggie, Tupac.
Okay.
And even up to Eminem, you know, and shit like that. So you're touching all over the country, you know, the development of hip hop in New York, how it spreads to LA, how it spreads to Atlanta and fucking Florida, and different hotspots that become like just fucking like highways for talent, basically.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and a lot of cool little like spots that, you know, existed for a short time that people would gather, that, you know, these names went from just being like normal people to people that in history have a spot, you know, on the books, just for like being creators and influencers of how genres turned out.
Wow.
It's really deep, man. It's 3 seasons, so there's a bit, but the seasons are short. You know, they're 4 episodes. They're an hour long. So each one's like a documentary almost on its own. And man, I binge watched season 3 the other day, like in one day. Like I was just like, I got hooked. I was like, boom, 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 boom. And I had watched the other ones throughout, you know, when they came out. It's gripping. And if you're a music fan, I don't think there's anything else that gives you a better span of the development of hip hop and rap.
Wow.
And I know there's going to be, you know, the hip hop heads out there that are like, well, this doesn't cover blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of people that probably got left out. I'm sure of that. But as far as a general view of like the mainstream, I think this is
that. And I mean, you said it's like an hour long episodes, 3 or 4 of them. I mean, how much more in depth are you could, I guess you could do an 8-hour one. Yeah. But like,
yeah, and a lot of these people aren't around anymore, so you know, a lot of it's like snippets of like old footage or people that are friends or family or co-workers, you know, of these people explaining scenarios or stories of time, you know. Wow. So it's cool.
Sounds
you know, it's part interview.
They did what they could, though. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did a great job of blending. You know, part interview, part pre-clips. You know, throughout history, and just a general storyline. Each one has a storyline and a wrap up, and I think they do a great job. It's hosted by a gentleman named Shad. He's a rapper and a host from Canada, and he was on CBC Radio 1, very popular station up in Canada. Okay. And then he came to host this, and this just blew up. So now I'm sure you'll see him doing more hosting and general TV movie shit. Nice. But he does a great job, man. He really steers, you know, the conversations very well, and I think he does a good job of painting the picture as, you know, as the face of the series.
Sweet. He's the host for all 3 seasons.
All 3 seasons he hosted. The director was the same throughout the seasons too, as well, which was pretty cool. You know, a lot of times shit changes.
And season 3 is like brand new. That just came out in September. It was saying on Netflix.
Yeah, so like literally a week ago it came out, and it popped up. I watched it, and I have. It's one of those things I have to watch as soon as it comes out. Like I'm like, you know, after like I watched the first season, I was like, I'll watch it every time now.
There you go.
Yeah. I remember talking to you actually, like way back. This might have been 2 years ago, where I was like, dude, this gives you like the grime on history of fucking hip hop. It's crazy.
I do remember you mentioning it a while back.
Roots.
I'm glad they're putting more and more out.
Yeah, you know, and I'm sure the next one is going to be real modern. It'll probably be, from what I'm guessing,
mumble rappers.
No, not there yet. That's probably season 5 or 6. But I think they'll be going, you know, in like the Usher era, the 2000s, where, you know, we got a lot of that shit, Little John, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, Ludacris.
They still got a lot to cover then. Dirty South, yeah.
They did Atlanta, but there's more to the Dirty South than just Atlanta, so I'm sure they're going to touch on that. And, you know, I mean, really where they ended was probably, you know, 99, 2000. So, you know, Outkast, TLC were like the most modern names they had covered.
Missy Elliott, I'm guessing, in there a little bit too.
Not yet, no. Okay. No, not yet. So that's why I'm imagining there's more. They covered Jay-Z's upcome, which was very interesting. I never knew a lot about Jay-Z, and he came from the streets, which was really interesting to find out. Like, he was a drug dealer, and he used that money to actually fund his record label, Rockefeller.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
damn.
Yeah. So Jay-Z's one of the richest dudes in the world, but I mean, he literally started his shit with drug money. which
Yeah,
is
most rich
fucking
dudes
crazy.
do.
True.
Super
Definitely-
interesting, though, it sounds like.
It's very interesting. Definitely check it out. IMDb was on my side this time. 8.4 out of 10. And Rotten
There you go,
Tomatoes,
higher than mine.
95%. So the audience score was pretty good on that. And yeah, definitely check this out. Both of these things really easy to access. Netflix is an amazing service for pretty cheap these days, and no commercials, man. That's what I love Netflix the most about.
They
They're
should
still-
be paying us right now with the
They
fucking...
should be. But, you know, I have every streaming service there is. I literally do.
Yep.
I have Sling. I have YouTube TV. I have Hulu. I have fucking Netflix. They all have ads except for Netflix.
Yeah,
Dude,
makes it a lot nicer.
it's so much nicer. Ads suck dick.
So there's two
Speaking of ads.
suggestions. Yeah, right. There's 2 suggestions for you before we get into our ads. Make sure you check out Hip Hop Evolution and The Good Place. Let us know what you think. We're going to be posting up trailers for those. We always like getting your comments, seeing what you guys have to say about that. So make sure you chime in.
Hell yeah.
And like Matt just said, we'll be right back after this word from our sponsor.
You know, if there's one thing we enjoy here at American Slacker, it's going to live events. Wouldn't you say, Jess?
Yeah, from you going to festivals, I like to go and see comedy. There's tons of stuff to choose from.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Who doesn't like a nice night out? And, you know, who doesn't like to save a couple bucks on a night out? I mean, it's expensive to go out these days. Wouldn't it be nice if you could save a couple bucks, Jess?
I'm a cheap bastard and you know it.
Me too. Me too, man. What if I told you you could save a small percentage on your tickets by just entering a code?
What code would that be?
Man, all you got to do, go to SeatGiant.com, enter the code SLACKER at checkout, and you're going to save quite a few bucks, actually. Not a small discount. It's a good amount. It's a decent amount.
So you're telling me I could go to my pickle hating fest for a small fraction of the cost of what it would normally be?
Dude, I'm telling you, you're probably going to get a drink on us if you enter the code SLACKER at checkout at SeatGiant.com.
Drink not guaranteed. All right, we are back. And Matt, you have prepared a game for me to play. I'm in the hot seat today.
Dude, it is time to play Fact or Whack.
All right, let's see how I do. I don't think I won last time. I think I lost.
Well, yeah, let's like explain real quick. What is Fact or Whack to the people? Let's explain that. Okay. So Fact or Whack, I'm gonna lay down something. I'm gonna tell you a sentence. You're gonna tell me, is this a fact or is this whack?
So it's like a true or false type of thing.
We talked about this before the fucking show. I told you no more true or false in when it's clearly fact or whack, dude.
I mean, it's that you got to admit the concept is fairly similar.
Totally fucking different, dude. I don't know how we're seeing so differently on this, but it is fact or whack. I'm giving you a fact, and it's either a fact or it's whack. It's true or false is a completely different other thing. That's like story based and no.
I think I get it.
I think we should just move along to the first question.
Yeah, let's see how I do.
All right, I've got 5 questions for you, and yeah, let's start with the number one. Number one, short and sweet. Jelly beans take a week to make or more.
You know what? I visited the jelly bean factory, the Jelly Belly one.
So you should know this.
It's not too far from me. I think they do. They do take a week or more to make. So that would be a fact.
You are correct, sir. That is a fact.
Because they gotta like dry and stuff. There was like a whole drying section.
So, first, the jelly is or sugar syrup is boiled, mixed, and left set, and then it's piped into tiny little molds and cooled. And then it's time to add the outer layer, which the jelly centers are put into like a large rotating drum where sugar and flavoring and color are just like slowly added
Polish it.
to give it that nice little coating, keep it protected.
Nice. And the last step is you pop them in your mouth and you spit them into the box.
Dude, that's how you do it. Yep, they gotta give it the
Package it up and ship it off.
They gotta give it the taste fucking sampling, you know?
That's what they showed me at the company, at least.
Dude, each one into somebody's mouth and out. Boom.
He didn't have a uniform on or anything, and he met me in the bathroom to give me the jelly beans. I didn't really.
Fun fact, it's called the glossing process. All right, moving on. Number 2. The term OMG, oh my god, abbreviated, predates the invention of the Band-Aid.
What? I thought that was like a text message thing. I feel like you're fucking with me. That's false.
Could be.
That's a false statement.
Sir, you are wrong. You are wrong as fug. The first known use of OMG, to abbreviate oh my god, appears in the 1917 letter from Lord Fisher to Winston Churchill. Fisher closed his letter with OMG.
Really? Wow.
I guess that's what that's what the historians have told us here at American Slacker Podcast.
What was he telling him? His shoes were out of were last
the
year's
Band-Aid
style.
was invented in 1920 by Johnson & Johnson employee Earl Dickinson in Highland Park, New Jersey, for his wife Josephine, who frequently cut and burned herself while cooking. In other words, she was a terrible cook.
She was a klutz. Dude married a klutz, made the Band-Aid.
It should have kept her away from the kitchen.
So OMG is older than the Band-Aid.
It is. It is indeed older. So you
that's a fact. They got that wrong.
You're 1-1, sir. All right. So we are moving on to number 3. The American bald eagle, the mascot of this show, can actually fly with just one wing.
What the fuck? That sounds aerodynamically impossible. That's some whack shit right there. That is whack. You're trying to fuck with this.
Oh, that is completely bullshit.
Yeah,
I knew you were gonna call me on it, but I was like, it's worth it to put it in there because it's so fucking ridiculous.
Physics would not allow for that.
Oh my god! All right, well,
Fucker be spinning.
all right, let's keep it up ridiculousness here. Let's move along. You got that one right. You are 2-1, sir. 2-1.
All right.
Platypuses nurse their young without possessing nipples. Is that a fact or whack?
What do you lactate from if you don't have nipples?
I don't know. You tell me, sir.
I'm not telling. I'll show you.
Oh God! Restraining order immediately.
I'm gonna say that's true. That's a fact.
That is completely true. That is completely true. The platypus is so unique in many ways. It's a warm-blooded mammal that lays eggs. It only lives in Australia. It looks a bit like a star-crossed offspring of a beaver and a duck. That's not my words. I stole this from a wiki. To add that to the list, they have mammary glands, but they don't have nipples. After their babies hatch, the mama sweats milk out of her abdomen, and it pools in the creases of her skin, and then the baby platypus lap it up.
Oh, that is horrific. Just the fact that now I know you could literally bottle and sell platypus milk. It's also kind of disgusting.
The most nutrient-dense liquid on Earth.
It'd be so easy. You just have to hang them up so that they drip from their stomachs.
Turn the heat up to 90, sweat them out, fool.
Have some curdled platypus milk.
Oh, man. Well, all right. So you've won already, but we're going to have a last little fun one here.
Feeling frisky here.
Let's see if you can nail the final fucking mystery here. All right. So moving on to the last question. Even though you've already won, it's for all the oats. All right.
Let's hear it.
Fact or whack? Bob Barker once killed a man.
I'm gonna say, wow. Matt's dying over there. Just based on that reaction. You know what? I'm gonna say fact because I got nothing to lose.
You know it's fucking false, dude. Just reading that on the show live, I was like, "This is the worst fake fact of all time."
He could have been at war. I don't know. Was Bob Barker in the armed services?
This actually, I didn't look that up. So Bob Barker might have actually killed a man, but I'm talking as a civilian killed a man.
You know what? You answer for us. That's our question to the Facebook group.
Do you know the American public
has Bob Barker killed a man?
Has Bob Barker killed? He looks like a man that might have killed. The way he handled
Or
Happy
woman.
Gilmore,
Or child.
Hey, age doesn't count, dude. Age is just a number.
Vietnam was crazy. You don't know.
Dude, you have no clue.
So, if you want to weigh in and be a winner like me, answer. I guess I'll put that up on Tuesday. Tuesday, there'll be a question. Fact or
Ooh.
whack. Did Bob Barker kill someone? We'll all find out together.
Yeah, dude. We'll take this fucking journey together. Hell yeah. I'm with it. Oh, shit. Well, that better wraps up the show. I'm about dead after that. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, whether you were one of those lovely little Patreon children that subscribe to us, give us a little bit of money.
Or the person that Bob Barker killed.
Or watching the YouTube stream, or one of the people that Bob Barker killed. One of the people is multiplied this quick. Like, Bob Barker has killed multiple now. He hasn't even just killed one man. He's killed multiple fucking people.
They covered him on Mindhunter.
Oh, man. Or one of the people that, hey, just download our episode on the reg. We love each and every one of you. And, hey, thanks for listening to our fucking craziness that is American Slacker Podcast. And, hey, until next time, that's it.
There you go.
What up, YouTube? You know you get to see a little more of that. Bye.
We smoking America. We passing America. I'm mapping America. I'm second America. We talking America. We blazing America. This is fucking America. We second America.
This has been American Slacker Podcast. You can reach the show by searching American Slacker on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Reddit, or send them an email to americanslackerpodcast@gmail.com. You can download and rate American Slacker on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, and all other podcast platforms. Visit the show's website, aspodcast.com, where you will find every episode, official merchandise, and links to their Patreon if you would like to support American Slacker.
We smoking America. We passing America. I'm mapping America.